निताय गौर हरि बोल। बोलो वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। श्री गोविंद जय जय, गोपाल जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय, गोपाल जय जय,
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय,
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय, गोपाल जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय, गोपाल जय जय,
श्री राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय,
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय, गोपाल जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय, गोपाल जय जय,
श्री राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय,
राधा रमण गोविंद जय जय,
बोलो वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। ओम नमो भगवते पुराण पुरुषोत्तमाय। ओम जयति पराशर सूनु सत्यवती हृदय नंदनो व्यासो यस्यास्य कमलगल्तम वाग्मय ममृतम जगत्पेवती विश्वसर्ग विसर्गाद नवलक्षण लक्षतम श्रीकृष्णाक्षम परम धाम जगद्धाम नमामि तत्। हृदयस्य प्रेरणया प्रवर्तितोऽहं वराकुरूपोऽपि तस्य हरेः पदकमलं वन्दे श्री चैतन्य देवस्य। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोर्श्रीयुक्पदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च आजानुलंबित भुजौ कनकावदातौ संकीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायताक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ वन्दे कृष्णपदारविन्दयुगलं यस्मिन् कुरंगी दुर्शां वक्षोज प्रणीकृते विलसति स्निग्धोऽङ्गरागस्वतः काश्मीरं कलशोणिमो परितने कस्तूरिकां नीलिमा श्रीखंडं नखचंद्रकांत लहरी निर्व्याज मातन्वते उल्लल बल्लव ललना धर पल्लव चुंबनोल्लसितम नौमि समल्ली मालम हरिरे हल्लीशकोत्फुल्लम नारायण नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयंतीरयेत् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पत्तानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे श्री सनातन प्रभु करुणाम्बुराशे, हे रूप दुर्गत जनैक दयावलोको, हे भट्ट युग्म सुमते रघुनाथ दासो, श्री जीव में कुरुत मंद मते दयाम्द्रा। तुलसी काननम यत्र यत्र पद्मवनानि च पुराण पठनम यत्र तत्र सन्निहितो हरिः। बोलो श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। Very auspicious and a great collection of jewels in the meditation. Whatever Shri various Rasik got it. Sri Siddha Krsnadasa Babaji Tatapada, he has collected them. and mainly all the things were previously depicted by Sri Sukadev Gosvami. Srimad Bhagavatam Praman Mamalam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the best Praman, evidence. And Srimad Bhagavatam is king of all scripts. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, this asta-kaliya-lila is also previously described. Sri Sukadev is the form of is a extension of Sri Krishna himself. It is described that Sri Sukadev bears two forms. One is of Sri Shiva and the other is of Sri Krishna himself. And the description up to 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Ballabhacharya indicates it that that is the swarup of Sri Shiva. And Sri Shiva, Sadashiv, in the form of Sri Sukadev, is describing those various gun or sargi, visargi, sthan, poshan, uti, manmantar, ishan katha. These 8 things Sri Shivji is describing. And Nirodha and Mukti, that is described in 11th and 12th chapter. And in 10th, the Ashraya Padarth is described. In 11th, Mukti, and in 12th, the Nirodha. These tattvas described. And in 10th, Ashraya Padarth is described. Sri Sukadev has 3 swarup. Somewhere it is described that was born from the fire while Sri Vedavyasji was performing yajna. At that time, from Yajna-kund, Sri Sukadev was born, and he is an Ayonij, not born by any lady. Ayonij. And it is said that while in Srimad Bhagavatam, it has its evidence that when Bhasmasur is doing yajna in Kedarnath, and he is offering his own flesh for Shiv. In 7 days, he was ready to cut his crown even and going to offer it to Bhagavan Shiv. Shri Shiv cannot tolerate, and Shri Shiv was manifest with associated with Shri Parvati. And as he blessed him, his whole wounds were covered, and he got a very strong body. And seeing Shri Parvati, she desired that this Bholanath Baba, why he is having such a beautiful lady with him. So let me get Parvati. So to kidnap Parvati, he asked this Vardhan, bliss, boon, that to whom, whose forehead, on whose head I place my hand, he should be burned. So he was a Bhasmasur. So to whom he will touch and place his hand on his head, he will be burnt immediately. And Sri Shiva, as soon as he confirmed it, Tathastu, you will get this quality. He rushed to Bhagavan Shiv and tried to place his hand on the head of Shiv. And Shiv was afraid and he escaped from the place and went to Sri Vaikuntha. So as Sri Shiv was at that time manifested from the fire of Yagyakund, in the same way, Yatha Aham, Sri Sukadev Ji is describing as I was manifested from the fireplace. So this is one story of Sri Sukadev Ji, where Sri Sukadev was born from the fire. And he is Ayonish. The second story is that Sri Sukadev Ji is a son of Sri Vedavyas in Devi Bitika. His mother is Bitika and Vedavyas' wife is Bitika. And Sri Bitika Ji was carrying that boon with her. But Sri Shukra was so jnani that he did not appear. And 12 years has passed. So Vedavyas went to Sri Krishna and he said that this is a strange devotee who is in the boon but not appearing so far. And 12 years has gone. Then Sri Krishna came there. Sri Sukadev Ji is contemporary to Sri Krishna. So Sri Krishna came there in Mahabharata. It is described. And said to Sri Sukadev, "Oh Sukadev, why are you not taking birth?" And Sri Sukadev told, "No, I will not take birth. I will not born. Because as I shall born, I will born, then your Maya will cover me and I will be confused. So here I am having the knowledge of hundreds my previous lives, and here I am praying you in this Bhagavad, and here I should get salvation also without taking birth." But Sri Krishna then give this thing to him. He give this what we say benediction or vardhan and anything, and he give this promise that I promise that my Maya will not confuse you and you take birth, because this whole cosmos universe requires you and your preachings. I want to manifest myself in the form of Srimad Bhagavat by your face, by your mouth. So in this way, she should took birth. And as Maya was already removed by the benediction of Sri Krishna, so Sri Sukadev was not ever confused. And taking the birth, he started to go to Ban. And Sri Vedavyas was following him and saying, "O Putra," and the echo of "O Putra," the echo was also coming from the trees. And at that time, as if the trees was saying that Sri Sukadev is saying, they are repeating the preaching of Sukadev to his father, that who is the son of whose. So this is only a Maya, and thinking that I am your son and you are checking me for going outside of home. So that is a Maya, and you should not adopt it. So rather than preaching Sri Sukadev directly, Sri Sukadev preached his father, Vedavyas, in the curtain of the trees. And trees was preaching. So through trees, Sri Sukadev preached his father in this way. And Sri Vedavyas was also a Bhagavad avatar. So actually he is not confused. This is the attraction of Sri Krishna, who was in the form of Sri Sukadev, his son. So he was so much attracted to his son, actually. So Vedavyas Jain then returned, and Sri Sukadev went there. And while Sri Naraji came to Sri Vedavyas and he preached, then Sri Sukadev, Sri Vedavyas manifested Sri Srimad Bhagavat Samhita. And by manifestation of Srimad Bhagavat, Sri Vedavyas was thinking that this is the most profound work, most profound thing, and it should be given to my own son rather than to my other disciples. So he has distributed the other Ved to his 4 disciples, but this essence of all knowledge, he wants to give it to his own son. And so he sent 4 verses of Srimad Bhagavat by some hunters, and they recite them before Sri Sukadev ji. And as Sukadev was attracted, he was going to merge in Brahma Sayuj, but the Krishna Madhuri is so great that he left the idea of merging in Brahma, and he was attracted, and he has adopted the Bhakti Marg. And then Sri Sukadev read Srimad Bhagavat, has gone through Srimad Bhagavat by his father, and reading Srimad Bhagavat, he was also waiting that can I get a great person who is a appropriate audience for this work. And while he saw by his intuition that Sri Parikshit has left his whole empire, and he has reached on the bank of Sri Gangaji, Ganges, Sri Sukadev immediately appeared there, and he sit on the Singhasan of Vyasasan, and he recites Sri Srimad Bhagavat. And in this way, the Shukra got a great joy while he get a person like Parikshit. So by getting a yogi audience, the orator also becomes very, very much happy, and everything that was in her heart was manifested by his voice, by his recitations. So this is the second way of the birth of Sri Sukadev. And the third story is also described. It is described in Sri Mahabharata. And the third story that is described in Narad Purana. And according to Narad Purana, on the Himalaya, in Kailash, Sri Bhagavan Shiv was telling the Amar Katha, immortal Katha, and the way how a person will get immortality. And Shri Parvati was at isolation. Parvati was listening it. Only two persons was listening. And while Shri Shiv was continuing saying and saying Amar Katha, Shri Parvati got a dazzleness, need, drowsiness, and she slept. But Shri Shimme stopped his reciting. So a parrot was there, and he was listening, and he was in making the voice of Shri Parvati ji. He said, yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes, yes. And when Shri Shiv, Bhagavan Shiv, finished the katha, recitement, and he said, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. So the need was, the sleeping of Parvati was removed, and she asked, then what happened? And she was astonished that I have said the whole katha and you are asking what happened then. So are you sleeping? And Parvati accepted that yes, I was I got the sleep. But Shiv said no, he was always answering, and somebody was saying So in this way, so who was that? And he saw the parrot, and she became very angry that you are getting the knowledge, but you are not humble toward the Guru. So, and you are sitting on the head of me without accepting the Shishya Swarup. You are not accepting that you are the disciple. And you are just sitting there and you are getting the knowledge. That is not the way. A person should go to Shraman Guru and take his, offer his humbleness, her obeisances to the feet of Sri Shraman Guru and think himself that I am a Shishya and he is a Guru. So in this way, the Vidya will burn. And if a person is having arrogancy and proud, then he will not get the essence of Vidya. So she will want to punish that person, that parrot. And he then threw one Brahmastra on that parrot. And the parrot got the Krishna Katha immortality by listening Sri Krishna Katha. That means his Manjiri Swarup or his Parshad Swarup was there, and his body became transcendental. That was not remain material. His body became at that time transcendental. So he free from there and just entered while Sri Bitkaji was yawning. Yawning. At that time, he enters in the mouth of Sri Bitkaji, and Sri Shiva withdraw that Brahmastra. And then, after some time, Sri Sukadev was born. So, Shuk is the Bhagavad Swarup. Sri Krishna has taken the incarnation in the form of Sri Shukdev. And the Swarup of Sri Shukdev is also found in Sri Gadhadar Pandit. Gadhadar Pandit is also the Swarup of Sri Shukdev. Sri Gadhadar Pandit was, though he was a grahasti and having all prosperity of a grahasta person, Sri Mahaprabhu sang Sri Gadhadar Pandit. Gadhadar Pandit was, when Mahaprabhu took the sannyas, Gadhadar Pandit also took the sannyas with Sri Mahaprabhu, and he followed Sri Mahaprabhu and went to Sri Jagannath Puri. Sri Mahaprabhu once suggested Sri Gadhadar Pandit that you should go and have satsang with Pundarik Vidyanidhi. And Pundarik Vidyanidhi was a very wealthy grahasta. So, with Swarup Damodar, when Sri Gadhadar Pandit reached to Sri Pundarik Vidyanidhi, and he was seeing that the person is sitting on a great munch platform, and very good pillows are there. The dhoop is burning, and a person is winding on him, and pankha fanning, yes, on him. And he was thinking that Mahaprabhu has sent me to such a person who has such a luxurious life. But he did not speak anything. But Sri Swarup Damodar immediately recognized it. And Sri Mukund, yes, Mukund, not Swarup Damodar, Mukund. Sorry, thank you. So Mukund recognized it, and Mukund immediately recite a shlok of Sri Srimad Bhagavat. Varhapidam natavarabapu aho bakiyam stan kalputam. And while he said that Kamba Dayalam Sharanam Brujemu, listening it, Sri Pundarik Vidyanidhi just jumped from the dais, and he fall on the ground, and he was trembling there and saying only one thing, Kamba Dayalam Sharanam Brujeo, to whom I should take shelter, of whom I should take shelter. So where I can go rest than this place of Sri Krishna. And seeing this, Sri Gadhadar Pandit was very, very much attracted and astonished. And he caught the feet of Sri Pundarik Vidyanidhi, and said that I am aparadhi, I have offenses, and you forgive me, and I want to take again the initiation. Though Sri Gadhadar Pandit was already been initiated previously, even then he again take initiation, mantra diksha from, and that is not the Guru Tyag. He has taken it to revise that month. So in this way, as Siksha Guru, he is taking it there. And Sri Gadhadar Pandit, in this way, became the disciple of Sri Pundarik Vidyanidhi. And Sri Gadhadar Pandit was always associated with Sriman Mahaprabhu. In Navadvip, while Sri Mahaprabhu had not taken the renounced system, sannyas. Before that, Sri Mahaprabhu in Navadvip was asking, where is Krishna, where is Krishna, where is Krishna? And somebody answered him that Krishna is in your heart. And listening it, he wanted to tear his heart. And at that time, by chance, Sri Gadhadar Pandit was associating him. He was near him and he caught his hand and said, no, 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 you should not stitch it, tear your heart. And Sri Shachima became very much afraid. And she said to Gadhadar Pandit that you should always remain with Sri Mahaprabhu in this way. So Sri Gadhadar Pandit always remained with Sri Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu was in a school of in a line of Sri Mahaprabhu. Somewhere Gaur Gadadhar is also worshipped. Sri Mahaprabhu is Krishna and Gadhadar Pandit is Sri Radharani. And Gaur Gadadhar is also worshipped. But Sri Mahaprabhu, while being the Vyogni Radhika and Unmadini Radhika in Gambhira, Sri Mahaprabhu did not let Sri Gadhadar Pandit with him, and he allowed him that you should go to the Tota Gopinath and you serve there Sri Gopinath. While Sri Mahaprabhu was coming to Sri Vrindavan, Sri Gadhadar Pandit was also following Sri Mahaprabhu, that I will also go. In his first Vrindavan Yatra, that means of Gauri Yatra, that was not fulfilled, and Mahaprabhu has to return from the Gauri Desh, Ramkeli. He went Ramkeli, and Sri Nisangananda has meditated the way he was thinking, presuming that Mahaprabhu will go here and here, and he was preparing all things, but he did not got more chance to do that, and then he understood that this yatra will not be complete. It will remain incomplete. So Sri Mahaprabhu was going to Sri Vrindavan, and lakhs and lakhs persons were following him, and Sri Gadhadar Pandit also was going, and Sri Mahaprabhu was restraining him that you should not accompany us, because you have taken the Kshetra Sannyas, that you will not leave Sri Jagannath Puri, and you are leaving your home. So that is not proper. You should live in Jagannath Puri. But Sri Gadhadar Pandit was so affected and related to Srimad Mahaprabhu that he said that if this boy is going to hell, let it go. I cannot leave you. But Mahaprabhu again protected, restricted him that you should not follow me. Then he answered that who is following you? This is a public road, and I am also going. You are also going. You cannot check me. Then Sri Mahaprabhu gave him this oath that you have taken the seva of Sri Prabhu Tota Gopinathji, and who will serve? So I am saying you that you should go, you should return. Then Sri Gadhadar Pandit, by the Sogandha of so the bet Sri Mahaprabhu has given by this Sogandha, Sri Mahaprabhu, Sri Gadhadar Pandit returned to Sri Tota Gopinath. And while he becomes very, very much old and very weak, and he cannot remain stood, then Sri Gopinathji also sit, because his back was just bent. So Shri Gopinath ji sit to perform the seva. So this is the way that Shri Gopinath ji was always very much happy, while Shri Swarup Damodar is Shri Gadhadar Pandit was serving. So Gadhadar Pandit is very much nearest to Sriman Mahaprabhu. Even then, Shri Mahaprabhu, to relish the bhav and kanti of Shri Radharani, did not keep Shri Gadhadar Pandit with him, and he ordered him, or he suggested him to live in Tota Gopinath, in that Tota, some away from him, so that Sriman Mahaprabhu can easily realize the Radha Bhav. And after disappearance of Sriman Mahaprabhu, Shri Gadhadar Pandit was also disappeared. After some few days, Shri Gadhadar Pandit was also disappeared. So, yes.
Two things, Bhakti. Can you comment on Pundarik Vijayanithi, his Swarup in Gaur Lila, or in Radha Krishna Lila, and also the different stories on how Mahaprabhu left this world? Some say into the Thai Gopinath, some say into the ocean, some say into Jagannath.
Yes. So the disappearance of Shri Mahaprabhu, at that time, three groups of persons saw the disappearing of Sriman Mahaprabhu in three places. Some saw that Shri Mahaprabhu is bathing in Samudra, and he dipped and did not raise. One. And sometimes a person says that when a fisherman got that body, Sriman Mahaprabhu was actually, some historian says that Mahaprabhu at the same time has passed. But sometimes say that Mahaprabhu's body was not found. And Mahaprabhu dipped in the Samudra. So this is one theory. The other theory is Shri Mahaprabhu came to see darshan of Shri Tota Gopinath, and in the thigh of Shri Gopinath there is a mark, and Shri Mahaprabhu was merged into that. We can start it. Nice.
Only one.
And the third theory is that Shri Mahaprabhu went in the mandir of Shri Jagannath. And at that time, Shri Mahaprabhu disappeared. He entered, but he disappeared from there. And the fourth theory is very much confusing, and I do not decide. That is wrong. That is wrong. But the main thing is this, that Mahaprabhu's body was not found. So these are three theories that Shri Mahaprabhu was disappeared, and his no remittances are found. Neither of yes. Yes. So this Samadhi of Mahaprabhu. कैसी समाधि है?
इसी में थोड़ा आगे कोविन महाप्रभु का कोविन पढ़ा था। उसी पहचान करके महाप्रभु का कोविन है वो।
हाँ, कोविन समाधि, कोविन समाधि। his cloth was there.
Mahaprabhu entered the thigh.
In the thigh of Shri Tota, and his cloth was just falling on the floor. So,
Maharaja, I like to ask one question. What about that Sukadev Goswami who appeared from the Egiput?
that is described in Mahabharata. And it is in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is described in at that chapter where the Bhasmasur Katha is said, and there as a simile, he says, Sri Sukadev says, Sri Shiva appears immediately from the Agni Kund as I was. So he says, as I was. So this indicates that Sri Sukadev was also appeared from that.
Each Sukadev went to Mithila, list of
One thing, yes. And in Srimad Bhagavad, in the 23rd adhyay of 9th, it is said that Sri Sukadev was also married and he got a daughter, and that daughter was married to a rishi. So this is also described. But that is a Chaya Shuk. That is not the main Shuk, that is Chaya Shuk. So while Sri Shuka has preached his father through the trees, Sri Vedavyas was being very much nervous. He retired. But he was thinking that now we have no Vansh Parampara, dynasty. So who will now carry on this family culture? And who will perform Shraddha and other thing for me? Without my son, there is no son, no person is there. So who will do the cremation of me or do the Shraddha of me for me?
traditional rites.
Yeah. So traditional rites he will get. So he becomes very much, he was, sometimes he was very much sorry. And seeing this, Sri Krishna sent a figure that is Chayashuk. And Chayashuk appeared immediately and going in the feet of Sri Gurudev or his father. Father, I have returned. And Sri Vedavyas knew it that this is not the original Shuk, it is Chayashuk. And then Sri Chayashuk remained in the house, and the destiny of Sri Shukdev, Sri Vedavyas was increasing. So Sri Sukadev Bhagwan
to take test of this from Janak Maharaj.
yes. So that is also this Chayashuk. This Chayashuk. This Chayashuk also went and he taught the Nirguna Vedma, Nirguna Mokshma. But Sri Shuka is very much rasa. This Shuka is very much rasa. So he also got the conversation, dialogue with Sri Jana.
Just to clarify, Sukadev Goswami is in his original form. There's any form in Vrindavan?
Sukadev Goswami's noun form is a Lila Shuk. Always he is like a parrot, and that is sitting on the head of Sri Radharani, and Sri Radharani in Madhyana Lila calls his disciple Sukadev, that parrot, and she says that, "O Shoka, I am teaching you, you should describe Sri Krishna and the qualities of Sri Krishna in this way." And whatever Sri Radharani is teaching to Sri that parrot, Sri Shuk is reciting it in the form of a Rishi Shuk, Sri Lila Shuk. So he is Lila Shuk also. In Lila Shuk, he is a part of Sri Lila, and other form. He is as a Rishi. He is reciting Srimad Bhagavad and reciting the pastimes of Sri Krishna.
So the Lila Shuk is actually.
Yes. Lila Shuk is the main.
Radharani is described.
Yes,
Krishna to
yes.
him, and he's speaking that.
Yes.
Correct way to
So
understand.
Lila, yes. Lila Shuk is the main. Lila Shuk is the extreme form or the root form of Sri Shuk.
That is why he is unable to pronounce Radharani's name.
Yes.
In Bhagavad, because he will become
Faint.
that is why.
Yes.
Faint.
Does he have a Sakhi form also?
Yes. Shuk Sakhi. So everything in the Nukun Mandir is Sakhi, and that Shuk is also Sakhi. Shuk Sakhi.
What does that mean? What is it?
Shuk Sakhi. That means Sakhi.
Everything in the Nikunja is Sakhi.
As Lalita Vishakha is there, so Shuk Sakhi is also there. Sometimes she takes the form of a parrot, and sometimes she takes the form of a Sakhi, of a human.
He is Vishwanath.
Vishwanath, yes. Only Vidyanidhi Vishwanath. Only Vidyanidhi Vishwanath.
Where we find the story of Radharani is speaking to Lila Shuk, where you find that description.
You will find it in Madhyana Lila. While she, Shuk and Sarika is doing a false quarreling, debate, quarreling. And Sarika says that, "Oh Shuk, you remain mum." Shuk says, "Oh, you remain mum. My Krishna is better." So in this way, they, on a negative way, they are praying Sri Radha Krishna, and Sri Radharani becomes very much happy and listening the quarreling of those Shuk and Sarika, Sri Radharani and Sri Krishna get awakening in Madhyana Lila. And then Sri Radharani invites Shuk that you come to me, and Sri Shamsundar invites the Sarika, and Sri Krishna teaches Sarika that you should pray, you should describe the qualities of Sri Radharani in this way, as I am describing you. So from the deepest depth of Sri Shamsundar, what is Sri Shamsundar is feeling about Sri Radharani, he teaches it to Sri Sarika, and that Sarika is recites then. And in the same way, what Sri Radharani felt in her heart, she taught it to Shuk, and Shuk was saying that. So this is two Lila. In one Lila, previously they were having the false quarreling, false debate, and then rectifying them, and Sri Radharani and Sri Krishna is both are saying, and they make rectify them then that, oh, Sri Krishna says, no, I am not great, Radhika is great, and I always want to the Charanaraj of Sri Radharani, and Sri Radhika is saying, oh Shukla, as this Sarika was describing, that is wrong. I am a dasi of Sri Krishna. So in this way, both rectifies and shows his intensity in the love of Sri Radha. And Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Let us. It is yes.
169.
169. Yes. So Kakhati Bagaria told that this is the time of morning. This is time of dawn. And at this time, the Pratha Sandhya, the morning, 167, 67, it was done.
Yeah.
But I'm recapping. So, Raktambara, this sky is reddish. Pratha Sandhya, the morning Pratha Sandhya, the time of Pratha Sandhya is Satam Bandhya. This morning time is always praiseworthy by Sajjan, Satam Bandhya. Tapaswini, this Sandhya is just like a Tapaswini, a austerity, full of austerity, Tapasya. Urdha Prasarpat Arkanshu, and at this time the rays of sun is going upward. So it is being Jatila. So this morning time is Jatila, and it is having a matted hairs, as it is having the jata, matted hairs. So this morning time is now is appearing, upasthita. And while Sri Radharani used the name Jatila, then Sri Radhika take the verse related to Jatila, his mother-in-law. And the Jatila is also Raktambara. She also wears red sari. And Satam Badhya, as she is a lady, so everyone, Satam Badhya, everyone salutes him. Pratha Sandhya Tapaswini, and she is also going to perform the duties at Pratha Sandhya. And she is Tapaswini. She does not have so many servants and maids to help her. So Tapaswini, the Jatla is Tapaswini. She is very poor. Urdha Prasarpat Arkanshu Jatla, and his hairs are going upward, is rising upward. So Yam Jatla Upasthita. So Kakhati Bagaria described the morning time, but Sri Radharani took it as Jatla. So Akarna Tavi Jatle Tivarna, while Sri Radharani listened, the Jatla, these three words, Varnatrayi, Vivarnatvam Ahara Satya, the complexion of Sri Radhika was changed, and she got very much afraid. Vivarna Varnam, Vivarnatvam Adhari Tapaswini. Sri Radhika got the Vivarnatva. His face was just the complexion was changed. Urdha Vilas Ratnakar Mudbhavanti. And Sri Radhika was just previously was manifesting a great ocean of Vilas, pastimes, But now she became Shankaiva Tasam Chuliki Chakaro. Shri Radharani became so much afraid that getting doubt, Shri Radharani became a Rishi. That means Agastya Rishi. And as Agastya Rishi has collected the whole ocean and having it in his palm, he drank it. In the same way, whole Prasad Path, whole Vilas Ratnakar, all the pastimes that Shri Radhika was expanding at that time, she consolidated that and she limited that and being as Shri Agastya Rishi drank the whole ocean in the same way. That great Vilas, that great pastimes Shri Radhika has summarized them, and Shri Radhika now is not extending the Vilas. So Chulki Chakaro, she drank.
Minimizing.
Yeah, minimizing. So Chulki Chakaro. Shri Radhika has minimized that the whole expansion. Pati Pishun Matibhya Shank Manav Gurubhya Chal Chakit Tarango Nikshapantau Apangal Param Gur Gabhirav Kam Sangram Dhirav Yatu Ati Vitandrav Radhika Krishna Chandra. And now Radhika and Krishna Chandra both return to their homes. Pati Pishunamatibhyaha Shankamana. Both of them was very much afraid of the person who have the Pishunamati, who have the Shikayat or Pishun, who have the attitude of complaining. Pishun. So, the person who have the jealous mind and as well as the always complaining. So, Pishunamati, who are very much miser, or Pishunamati not accepting the things, and always try to complain in everything.
Small-minded person.
Small-minded person, yes. Narrow-minded. So narrow-minded person. So Pishunmati Bhya. Both Shri Radha Krishna was afraid of narrow-minded persons. As well as Guru Bhya. They was afraid of a Gurujan. So Pishunmati means who complains, who are narrow-minded. They are afraid of them, as well as they are afraid of Shri Gurujan. That may any person, any elder person can see us and he can ask, from where are you coming? So what will we will answer?
Instead of narrow-minded, maybe fault-finders.
Fault finding people.
Yes, false finding. Yes, false finding. Fault finding.
Yeah.
So the fault, they always seek fault.
Seeking the parts.
Yes, fault finding persons. Good translation. So Pishunmati Bhya, fault finding persons, they are afraid of them. Chal Chakit Tarango, Nikshapantau Apango. They are seeing some with their twinkling eyes, sometimes here and sometimes there. So Chal Chakit Tarango, the flinkingness is found in their eyes, and Nikshapantau Apango, and they are throwing their corners of their eyes on every side.
Suspecting everything.
Yes. So Nikshapantau Apango. They are throwing their sight to all sides. Param Gun Gabhiro. Both are very much Guna Gambhir, profound in their qualities. Kam Sangrama Dhirav, and they are very much brave in the battle of love. So Kam Sangrama Dhirav, very much great warrior of the battle of love. Jayatuhu Ati Vitandram, and they became very much conscious. Ati Vitandram, very much alert. Radhika Krishna. So Radhika Krishna, they both Jayatu Vitandram became very much alert. Again, Pathi means in the path. Pishun Matabhya, the persons who are always seeking faults, they are afraid of them. And they are afraid of Gurubhya, elder persons, that they may not see us. Chal Chakit Tarangal, their eyes are and sight is very thickly. Nikshapantav Apangav, they are throwing their sight on every side. Param Gambhiram, they are very much profound in their qualities. Kam Sangram Dhirav, they are the great warriors of the battle of love. Jayatu Atipatandram, they became very much alert. Radhika Krishna. Na Pathi na Bhavane, Va Lakshatav, To Baneva, Sahaj Sadan Raktya, Swiya Yanand Shakya, Parajal Nayanam, Utsava Adarhana, Darhanam, Atapati Beharantav, Rejitur, Loka Kantav, Na Pathi, Na Bhavaneva, Lakshatav, Tav Baneva. Those both of them, Sri Radha Krishna, was not seen neither in the pathi, neither in the way, na bhavane, na bane, sahaj sadan raktya, swiyaya ananda shaktya. His ananda shakti is always loving him and helping him. His Yogmaya Shakti, his Ananda Shakti, Alhadni Shakti is always helping them. So Sahaja, Sadanoraktya, Sat Anoraktya, they have the natural great amoral, love to each other. Sri Ananda Shakti. So by his Anand Shakti, Alhadni Shakti, both of them, Parjan Nayananam, Utsavan, Adadhanav, they are giving the Utsav to their persons. That means Sakhigan was also getting very much happy that Sri Radha Krishna is now going to their homes. So Parjan Nayananam, Utsavan, Adadhanav. Parjan means Sakhigan. The all Sakhigan getting very much help, joy, because Pathi Beharantav, in this way, Sri Radhika Krishna, both was Pathi Beharantav, they are going rage to Lokakantav. In this way, they was returning in the way and rage to Lokakantav. Every person loves him, Lokakantav, every person likes him, so Rejituhu. So in returning, they are also very much Rejituhu, being beautified. So far, at that time, neither on the way or path, neither in their houses, they can be seen. They neither bane, neither they are in the Vrindavan, they are seen. So where they have vanished, as if they have vanished, so nobody can see him. So Sahaj Sadhan Raktya, Sri Anand Shaktya, because Sri Radha Krishna both has Sri Anand Shakti, Alladni Shakti, and due to that Sahaj Sadhan Raktya, the Anand Shakti is always loving to Sri Radha Krishna. So by Anand Shakti, Alladni Shakti, Sahaj natural Anand Shakti, Parjan Nayana Nam Utsavan Adharanav, they was distributing the joy to their persons. Parjan Nayana Nam. They were distributing the joy to their persons. Atapathibeharantam, and they was moving through the path, through the way, Rejitul Lokantam, and they was being very seen very beautiful Lokantam, and every person is loving them. So in this way, Sri Radha Krishna returned to their homes. Bhashyad Dukul Chakarha, Srijimutsa Munnayantam, Vitau Prathag, Gahana Bhatman Chap Yantam, Tau Biksh Bhit Tarlo, Jatleti Namna, Sakshas Tatastate, Itas Chakata Miriyu. Listening the Jatla, this name. Bhashyad Dukul Chukur Surje Mundayantam. Sri Radhika and Krishna both was just taking their falling clothes, falling their chukur hairs, and falling their garlands. So their garlands, their clothes, their hairs was spreading and they was falling, and they are just taking them again, and they are somehow they are caring them, managing them. So Bhashyad Dukul Chakara Sriyam Unnayantam, managing these things. Bhitam, both were afraid. Prathak Gehana Bhatman Cha Apyantam, and now Prathak Gahana Bhatman, now they are separated. That means for some extent they came having embracing, and while there is the way, there is the place Doman, and from Doman there are two ways. One way goes to Sri Barsana and other goes to Nandagaon. So Prathak Gahana Bhatman, in the lonely two places, two ways, Cha Apyantam, Radha Krishna both was going through those separate ways. Radha is going to Barsana and Shri Krishna is going to Sri Nandagaon. And they are just coming from Sanket or Sri Vrindavan, and then they came here. Tau Biksh Bhit Tarlam, Jatlet Namna, and other Sakhis, Tau Biksh is seeing that now Sri Radha Krishna is separated and they are proceeding to their homes. Bhit Tarlam, they both are very much afraid. Sakshas Tataha Etas Chakta Miriyu. Then other Sakhis also Etas Tataha. Here and there, Chakta Miriyu, they also escape. Disperse to other places. So Sakya also went to other places. Vame Chandravali Parjanam, Ghosh Buddhan Parasta, Krishna Paschat, Kutul Jetla, Magatam Mandimanaha, Jantim Kantam Sarhay Chaklam, Dakshine Dishmuttaha Chanchad Gribaha Dishau Prayan Goshtumaga Maya. And a beautiful scene of Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is seen that Bame Chandravali Parjanam, the associates of Chandravali, that means Padma and Shaibya, is standing on the left side. Ghosh Buddhan Prastha, he is thinking that from front, the Ghosh Buddhan, the old persons are proceeding on this way toward me. So Ghosh Buddhan Prastha. Krishna Paschat Putal Jatlam Agata. And Shri Krishna is thinking, is afraid and pretending that Jatla is coming from my backside. So in this way, Shri Krishna is afraid from every side. As a thief is always full of fear, in the same way, Shri Krishna is pretending that from any side there may be some disturbance. So Krishna Paschat Putam Jittam Agatam Mandimana. Mandimana, though they are not coming. Mandimana, Shri Krishna pretended that they are coming. Some persons are coming from the this side, and sometimes is coming from left and right. So where should I escape? So Shri Krishna is very much afraid. Yantin Kantam Sahay Chatlam Dakshine Dishmutta. Shri Krishna was saying, seeing that Shri Radhika is afraid and she is proceeding, escaping Dakshine on the southern direction. So Shri Krishna repeatedly was seen on the right side. That Shri Radhika is going on the right side. So on his right direction, Shri Krishna is always seeing Shri Radharani. Because Shri Krishna is pretending that some person is coming from the front side, from Bam side, left there may be Chandravali, on the other person there may be on the back side Jatla may come. So only right side is left, and Shri Radhika is going on the right side. So he is continuously seeing the right side from where Shri Radhika is going. Yantin Kantam Sahay Chatlam Dakshine Dishmutkaha. Shri Krishna is very much eager to see Shri Radharani. Unchat Grivaha, and raising her neck. Dishau, Prarayan Goshtamaya. Shri Krishna is sometimes gazing this, seeing this side, and sometimes this, and sometimes that side, and sometimes normally on the right side. And seeing the right side, Shri Radhika get a glimpse of Shri Radharani, so he get some satisfaction rather than other side are unsafe, and the right side that gives a satisfaction to Shri Krishna. Mlanam Uchchipta Malam Tutit Marsaraha Kajjalam Vibradoshthe Sankirnango Nakhan Kai Dishi Dishi Bikanan Gulnate Padmanetre Pashyam Mlanang Peshti Sput Padiche Tao Goshtu Goshti Bhi Ragde Goshthe Goshtendra Sunu Purvishate Rajinav Dhans Masadiantya. Rajanav Dhans Masadiantam. The Ratri, the night is Dhansam Asadiantam, is now being viewed, is dissolving. The night is dissolving now. So seeing that Ratri is dissolved, Shri Goshthendra Shunu, that means Shri Krishna, Goshthe Pravishati, entered in the Gosht, entered in the bliss. Shri Krishna entered in the bliss, in the town. So Goshthendra Shunu Pravishati. Shri Krishna now entered in the town. Mlanam Ukshipya Malam. Shri Krishna has thrown his crushed garment. Mlanam Ukshipya Malam. Trutit Manisaraha. He is now also throwing his Manisaraha, his anga or bajuban, arm band. Eh?
Armless.
No, arm this. Yeah. Yes. Arm band or arm band. So he is also removing it. So to the Manisara, his Manisar, that means his arm band was also broken. Kajjalam Vibhradoshte, he is bearing kajjal on his lips. Sankirnanga, Nakhankai, by the marks of nails, her anga is Sankirnanga, is marked. His body is marked with the nails, mark of nails. The Sankirnanga, that means he is not spreading his body, he is getting sometimes uninflated body. So Sankirnanga, the Khankai. Dish Bikaran Gulnate Netra Padmo, and being afraid, he is throwing his eyes, his sight on every disha. Dish Bikaran Gulnate Netra Padme. His Netra Padme is Gulnit, is drizzling. And Pashan Malanang Veshti. Stood Parichitam, and Pasyan Mlanang Beshi, and seeing that his body is also covered by some marks. So Pasyan Mlan Anga Veshti is Anga Veshti, that means his body, whole body. That is mlan, being mlan. Sputam aparichito, goshti bhi agre. Shri Krishna, sputam aparichitaha, goshti bhi agre. Now, Gop Goshti is not recognizing him. That means Shri Krishna is all alone and Sakhana are not with him. At this time, no Sakha is with Shri Krishna. Aparichita Gop Goshti bhi. That means Gop are not following Shri Krishna. Always Shri Krishna Gop associates Shri Krishna, but at this time, Gop was not there. Goshte Gopendra Pravishati. So Shri Krishna is now entering the town. Again, Mlanan Ukshipta Malam. Shri Krishna has thrown the crushed mala. Trutit Mansaraha, his arm band is broken. Kajjalam Vibhradoshte, he is bearing the kajjal on his lips. Sankirnanga, his body is getting inflicted nakhankai due to the marks of nails. Dishlish Vikram Gunate Padmanetre, he is throwing his eyes on every disha. Pashya Malanang Beshti, Sputam Aparachito, just to see the beauty of Sri Krishna. Sakhi saying to other Sakhi, Malanang Beshti, the body line of Sri Krishna is very much now getting Malan, is mellish. Sputam Aparachito, goes to Goshti, the upgrade. Sri Krishna is now not accompanied by Goshti, and he is moving all alone. Goshti Sunu. In this way, Goshti Sunu, that Sri Krishna, Brijaraj Kumar, Sri Krishna is a Goshti Pravishati. He is entering in the Goshti Rajanav Dhansam Asadyantyam, while the Ratri, Rajni, night is Dhansam Asadyantam, is being finished, is being dissolved. Anuvata Jatle Tabishankani, Guru Nutam Kuchod Vahanakula, Drut Bilamb, the Balgo, Yayo Brije, Karadhambar, Kesh Chaishwari. So Anugata Jatleti Abhishankani. Shri Radhika is thinking that so Krishna entered in the bush and now he is describing the Radhika. So Anugata Jatleti Abhishankani. Jatla may come and she may follow me. So Shri Radhika is having this doubt. So Anugata Jatla is following me. Iti Abhishankani. Shri Radhika is having this doubt. Guru Nutambo Kuchod Vahanapula. And Shri Radhika is caring and supporting his body, her body line. So Guru Nutambo Kuchod Vahanapula. Shri Radhika is very much conscious to care her body line. Dhruta Bilambit Balgu Yayo. So due to her weight of body, Shri Radhika is not moving fast. So Dhruta Bilambit Balgu Yayo Brijam. Shri Radhika in this way also entered in the bridge, in the town. Karadhatambar Kesh Chaishwari. And she was holding his veil, his choti, bright, and his ambar, his cloth. Shri Radhika is all this. And Kesh is sometimes his hair, sometimes his braid, sometimes his clothes. Shri Radhika holding them and carrying them. Shri Radhika also Brijam Yayam went to Shri Brij. Nabyaladape Sam Vibhet Purtaha Srino Yatha Durtaha No Bigna Garjata Dapi Yatha Takavali Viswana Nevayam Tanre Pimuhi Taram Kamam Prakashi Yatha Tan Mane Virhe Naivu Vidura Kantasi Yatha. Now Shri Radhika has entered and we will finish this chapter. Vrindavan. Shri Radhika has registered in her home. And if you persons are interested to continue it, we can continue. No problem.
No problem for you.
No problem for me.
Because some days you want to.
Yes. So then we can stop it. Then we can resume it. So for how many days you are? I don't know.
Maybe.
So 1 or 2 days or any whatever. Then we have to stop.
We are here until 18th of May.
18th of May. अच्छा, तब तो 15 दिन बाद, तब तो बहुत, मतलब we can finish at least 1 chapter.
For you, no difficulty.
No.
Sure.
Yes. It depends on you.
For us, it is very good. Yeah. You'll be here.
I'll listen.
Yes. Then if you will be here, then I am present here. Otherwise, I don't.
We are very happy to be here. Very happy.
You time complete and make up it.
Yeah, we can do the next
Yeah.
chapter. Yes. Oh, very good. Very good. Sorry. Yeah. Then we can take a break.
I think too many are not here.
Let us go.
And no problem.
We go carefully.
Yeah.
Another chapter, and then again we sit down. How we can.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Because we
tomorrow
are,
we will finish this chapter. Then we will think over it.
because some dogs is there for you.
Yes, because I got cold.
Yeah.
Then now cold is gone, but the cough is
From mucus.
so.
Can you explain something of the mystery of Gadhadar worship and the relationship of Gadhadar?
Gadhadar.
Yeah, because Gadhadar Pandit. If it's not too much.
In Mahaprabhu Lila, Gadhadar Pandit is Radhika. And sometimes while mainly in Sri Navadvip Lila, Radhika can be separate from Sri Krishna. But in Gambhira Lila, Sri Mahaprabhu is Radha Krishna Militam. And there Radhika is not separate. So due to that, Sri Mahaprabhu did not let Sri Gadhadar Pandit in Gambhira. He placed him in Total. So, because in Mahaprabhu, in Navadvip Lila, the Radhika Bhav was not very much open. And there, the Gaur Narayan Bhav was very much manifested. So at that time, Shri Radhika can be Radhika or the Lakshmi Swarupa any, she can be very much helpful in Shri Mahaprabhu, with Mahaprabhu, and separately. So in Gaur Gadhadar Lila, that is mainly in Shri Navadvip Lila. And at that time, so one thing is noteworthy, that Sri Navadvip Leela is mainly dhyan, yoga. It is meditative. Navadvip Leela. And whenever we meditate, think the asta-kaliya-lila, we have that asta-kaliya-lila smaran, and we meditate the asta-kaliya-lila. Then we go through the Navadvip Lila, not by the Nilachal Lila. Because Nilachal Lila is very much disturbed and it does not have actually a routine. For how much days, how, where Sri Mahaprabhu get fainted, Mahaprabhu get unconscious, that is not decided there. Mahaprabhu does not have a very routine and fixed way in Sri Gambhira, in Gambhira, in Nilacha, in Jagannath Puri. Mahaprabhu does not have this. But here, Sri Mahaprabhu has, as he is in Grahasthal ashram, Sri Mahaprabhu is having a set schedule. And here, Sri Mahaprabhu is mainly in the sadhak form. Mahaprabhu is mainly in the bhakta avish. But in Jagannath Leela, Jagannath Mandir, he is normally, normally he gets that I am Radha. So there he is Unmadini Radhika. Yes. So being Unmadini Radhika, he requires no one to associate there. But here, Sri Mahaprabhu is Jagannath, Mahaprabhu is Sri Krishna, Mahaprabhu is Sri Krishna, Mahaprabhu is Sri Narayan, and then he required Sri Shakti Tattva with him. So due to that, there Sri Radharani only requires Sakhi Tattva. So Sri Swarup Damodar is Lalita, Sri Rai Ramanandi is Vishakha, and with Lalita and Vishakha, Sri Radharani is sharing his emotions. So that is Sri Swarup Damodar and Sri Rai Raman are associated to Sriman Mahaprabhu in Gambhira, but Radharani is not there. That means Gadhadar Pandit is not there. And Sri Mahaprabhu let Gadhadar Pandit live a little far to Tota Gopinath. But here Sri Mahaprabhu is mainly Krishna. Mahaprabhu is mainly Gaur Narayan in Navadvip. So here the separate form of Sri Radharani, that is Gadhadar Pandit, is found. One thing is much more important, that mostly Kripa is done in Navadvip Leela. Kripa, yes, kindness. And Mahaprabhu's Leela of Navadvip is much more beneficial to we persons. We can easily get the Kripa. But in Navadvip, Sri Mahaprabhu is so profound. Or in Jagannath Puri. In Jagannath Puri, Sri Mahaprabhu is so profound and she is so much deep in the separation of Sri Mahaprabhu, Sri Krishna, that he does not very much conscious to bestow his kindness, to sprinkle his kindness. But in Mahaprabhu, in Navadvip, Sri Mahaprabhu is as a grasper, everybody can easily approach him and he can preach him. So their preaching are not very much found. The experience is found mainly in Navadvip Lila, not just in Nilachal Lila, Jagannath Puri. But the preaching are more found in Navadvip Lila. So that is why the Gaur Gadhadar Upasana is mainly thing of Sri Navadvip Dham. And in Navadvip Dham, Sri Mahaprabhu is having his mood of Bhakta, Bhaktavish, not of Sri Radhikavish. So that is mainly. So there, here in Navadvip, he preaches. The other thing is this, that as Sri Mahaprabhu is a grasta in Navadvip Lila, so a person gets the opportunity to serve Srimad Mahaprabhu in various ways. He can offer the new dress, new ornaments, new shringa to Mahaprabhu. But while he has taken the sannyas, then he will not even accept the fragrance oil also. So the opportunity of services are not so much available in Sri Jagannath Puri as they are available in Navadvip. And in Navadvip Lila, sometimes Sri Mahaprabhu gets Narayan Bhav, bestows his kripa. Sometimes he becomes Radhika also. As in Chandrasekhar house, he plays, stays the drama. So at that time, Sri Mahaprabhu sometimes becomes Sri Rukmani, sometimes becomes Sri Radharani Abhisar. So that is also. So here everything is found. So kripa is much more available in Navadvip Lila. So normally the person meditates the form of Sri Navadvip Lila rather than a sannyasi. That is the epitome of Sri Mahaprabhu's incarnation. Though the Gambhira Lila is the epitome of the cause of Srimad Mahaprabhu, and there he realized the best position. Even then, the kripa is done mainly in Navadvip. Yeah, Mahavadanya. And he gets so many gifts, so many opportunity
To associate with him.
to associate with him. So normally the asta-kaliya-lila of Sri Mahaprabhu that is described by Sri Gadhadar Gosvami, that is according to the Navadvip Lila, not according to
Gambhira Lila, he releases his own willows.
yes. So only one fellow Mahaprabhu is experiencing it.
Only Swarup Damodar and Radha are consoling him.
Bas.
Certain circumstances.
Yes, yes. So on Sri Swarup Damodar and Sri Radha, they are the most confidential person. That is. So the Gaur Gadhadar Lila, and mostly the line of Srimad Mahaprabhu is coming, a greater line is coming from Sri Gadhadar. The main shakha is not very much Nityananda Prabhu and Gadhadar Pandit. These two shakha, two branches are the main branches.
Disciple successor.
In that,
Disciple successor.
So everybody is normally joined to Sri Gadhadar Pandit.
So for instance, we say Rupanuga.
So Rupanuga.
Then Gadadhar Paribar is different than that.
No, Rupanuga, that means the way of Upasana Paddhati. That is always Rupanuga. The way of serving Sri Krishna is always Rupanuga. But the dynasty that is coming, that mainly is coming from Sri Gadhadar. Sri Radha, as Gadhadar Pandit is Radharani. Sri Advaitacharya is Mahavishnu. So that sometimes creates the Aishwarya Upasana. But Madhur Upasana that is coming, that is mainly from Gadhadar.
Therefore, Gaur Gadadhar.
So Gaur Gadhadar. So Mahaprabhu is Narayan. Mahaprabhu has preached and not giving the initiation to anybody. Somebody says that Sri Gopal Goswami, he got the direct initiation, but that's right. Maybe in actually, Srimad Mahaprabhu is not giving initiation to anyone. Rather than only one case is there, that is Gopal Goswami. So the main shakha is main. That is the trunk of that kalpavriksha of that tree. But the main shakha, the the branch that is coming, that is mainly Sri Gadhadar Pandit. And Gadhadar Pandit's branch is mainly related to the erotic love mood. And that is Sri Gadhadar Pandit. So Advait Pandit is Mahavishnu. Sri Nityananda Prabhu is Sri Baldev, Sankarshan. So Sri, they are also Anand, but normally Sri Nityananda Prabhu is Sri Baldev, Balaram Nityananda. So the Rasatmak Paddhati will be directly formed by Sri Gadhadar. So mostly in the line of Sri Mahaprabhu, Gadhadar Pandit is much more spread, is much more general.
That's why in Ratmark we worship Gaur Gadadhar.
So in Gaur Gadhadar, worship Sri Radhika and Krishna both are worshipped, as well as their Madhur Bhakti is mainly and very vividly can be described. There will be no hesitation and neither any covering, neither any concealment will be found, while with Sri Nityananda Prabhu some concealment will be there, as he is Balaram. In Advaitacharya, he is an elder one and will not discuss the erotic pastimes very vividly and clearly. But Sri Gadhadar Pandit, he will describe the things very vividly. So, if a person is in Gadhadar Pandit Parampara, that will be much more profound according to the point of view of love. But Sri Nityananda Prabhu is Anand Manjari. Sri Nityananda Prabhu, without him, the Kripa of Sri Mahaprabhu cannot be achieved. And in the Nikunj Mandir, without Sri consent of Sri Anand Manjari, one could not get the seva of Sri Mahaprabhu. That's right.
They are all in domestic, in family.
Yes.
In Navadvita. The Madhurya is more present in Navadvita.
Yes, Navadvita.
Previous class, you said that the Nanda Manjari is a Saki, not a Manjari.
Yes.
Can you elaborate this? She's not got any function as a Manjari?
Anang Manjari is actually in the Radha Krishna Garudesh Dipka. The 8 Sakhis of Sri Mahaprabhu, Sri Radharani, the separate 8 Sakhis, Pradhan Sakhi. Among them, Sri Anang Manjari is counted. So, though her name is Manjari, but that is actually his status, his designation is not Manjari. He's Sakhi.
Equal to Sakhi.
Yes, yes, he's Sakhi.
So Ananda Manjari is not Bhavala's Radha.
Yes, yes, yes.
No.
Bhavalas.
Radhika.
Yes,
So somebody who's going in this line of Ananda Manjari,
yes.
then their destination is Dasibhav.
Yes. Anang Manjari always, Anang Manjari also, though he is Sakhi, even then she is having the Bhavalas. Anang Manjari is also having Bhavalas.
She's also having
Yes, yes, Bhavalas. And as the other Sakhi,
They also have Bhavala.
so the discrimination between Sakhi and Manjari is this, that the Sakhi have the aristocracy of the same cadre, that is of Sri Radharani. And as here, Sri Anang Manjari is the sister of Sri Radharani. So she has the same aristocratic career status. But Rup Manjari, they are in bunch, in wealth, in position, they are lower.
But Rup Manjari, her father is Ratna Bahu, brother of Chandra Bahu.
Yes, yes, yes. Even then, they are considered to be a little lower. So in aristocracy, in the social status, social formation, they have a little lower cadre. But Sakhi has the same, and Sakhi will sit on one seat. Sakhi can eat in one plate. Sakhi can exchange their clothes and ornaments, but Manjari will not do it. She will get this agitation that I am a dasi, I am a maid. So this is a little difference. So Sakhi will make sometimes joke with Sri Radharani.
Sometimes Lalita Sakhi is chastised Radharani also.
Sometimes she can chastise Sri Radharani.
Same position.
Yes, yes. But not Manjari. Manjari is there, then it is not.
They are many servants.
And it is also sometimes said that Sakhi has a meeting with Sri Shamsundar. Though they do not get the arrangement joy as in Sakhi, while they become Naika, they does not get such enjoyment. But Manjari never gets it. And it is said, sometimes some persons said that only Rup Manjari and Rati Manjari, these two Manjaris, have sometimes meeting with Shamsundar, but it is not very much accepted. Admissible. They also do not have, but Tom Rupa Manjari Sakhi Prastap or Ismin, Unsa Parasach Bukham Nahi Pashasiti, Kshatam Bhyal Anagat Bhartakaya, Tatkim Vedhaya Sakhi, Shuk Pungaveno. So this Bilap Kusmanjali, the first stroke of Bilap Kusmanjali. sometimes this shloka is absent, not found in some copies. So, but here it is to the denseness of emotions. The marks of Sri Radharani comes in the face of Sri Rukmanjari. That is not, it does not prove that Sri Rukmanjari is having meeting with Shisham. Yes, Tattat Bhavatmika Preeti is there. Actually, it is not the direct relationship with Shisham. So Navadvip Leela is very much helpful, and to enter in asta-kaliya-lila, Sri Mahaprabhu, while enters in Sri Brijlila, then a sadhak also enters in through Navadvip rather than Leela. So Navadvip Leela is perfect.
Sadhak can achieve two forms, one in Radha Krishna and one in Mahaprabhu.
Yes, sadhak will get two forms.
Normally we hear asta-sakis, Lalita Saka, Rangare, Sule, Champakalati, Chitrasaki, and Tangadeja Saki. But you're saying that Ananda Manjari is asta-saki. So which one? Can you explain?
He is a other. It is a other group of sakhis. A other group of sakhis is there, and those are also a very profound sakhis. But they are the other group. Anand Majri is the other. We can see it in Radha Krishna Garudesh Dukka. They are Ashta Sakyaha. By this heading, they are given 8 Sakhi, and among them, Anand Majri is there.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who Kamala Manjari, today is
Yeah.
Maharaj also has Gadhadar.
Oh, Gadhadar.
Maharaj today giving Abhishek, everything.
Gadhadar temple is in Siva, yes, Keshika.
Kesha.
Gadhadar temple is in Basana.
And one Samadhi is there, Gadhadar Pandit. Dante Samadhi.
Gadhadar Pandit Samadhi.
Shanta Samadhi is there.
Kesha. Acha Kesha.
Near Kesika.
Dante Samadhi.
Shanta Samadhi.
Radhe.
Radhe.